Stereo Legs Media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. What's up, and thank you for joining me. I had to just do this really quickly. Let me just fix this mic because it's a little low. But I just wanted to do this really quickly. In the picture, you see myself when I was in my early 20s, I think. Maybe still a teenager. But behind me is Big Ball, a monster of a competitive cyclist. Learned a lot from him. We had quite a few talks. He definitely encouraged me in my journey, in cycling, and just driving and going after the things that I wanted to. So I didn't have any music playing, and so that was like my moment of silence for Big Ball, who just recently passed away at the age of 75. And this was a really good man, and he was a really good person to know. I'm glad I did get a chance to know him, and to say rest in peace, and condolences to his family. So I just had to start the show off like that, just show my respects to the great Eugene Big Ball. He was an older gentleman, as you can see in the picture, and he kept me on my toes. I was so naive at this point right there. In this particular, I remember this race like it was yesterday. I was very naive. I was really strong. I was really young, and I was really strong. But I kept trying to just drop him and everybody. And I learned later that just because you're the strongest doesn't mean that you can just ride away from everybody. So I learned that lesson early. And like I said, Vic picks up the riding with all the greats and doing his thing. He was a really good person. So that's all I got to say about Vic. And like I said, condolences to his family. So let's get into today's show. And today's show is going to be about the stage 16 of the Giro d'Italia. You see the title, you see the flyer. It's like what happened, and it basically it's really, today was really weird. I'm just trying to figure out what happened today, like what happened. So if we go to, you're gonna lose me. Oh, let me just get rid of that. Sorry. Like I said, if you just checking in, you just seeing that. So that was a Big Ball. He was an older gentleman that when I started riding, he was on the scene, very prominent cyclist, and helped me out a lot. And I know he's in a happier place right now. So, and that's gonna be about it for that, Big Ball. Right on, my brother. So let's talk about stage 16. Jonas Are, Jumbo Visma, Sepp Kuss. I'm like, it just reminded me of when I was younger in the 80s watching Le Mans and Hinel go at it. It was like, you didn't see it, and you saw it, but you didn't hear about it until after Le Mans spoke on it, and he visibly spoke on it. And it's so weird because Sepp Kuss he's like that really happy, smiley guy, and he's not going to really ruffle any feathers or try to ruffle any feathers. I wish he would, man. I mean, just unleash the beast, man, and just ride your race. So let's we go to stage 16, and I might just get rid of myself and my green screen and put me up there. Gotta get my background back. Come back here. So that wasn't ready for that. So so Jonas Are, Jumbo Visma, stage 16. As you can see, it was a pretty I wouldn't say a flat day. It was a flat-ish day, and as you can see, it's rolling. And then last 10 kilometers, they climb for the last 10 kilometers, and then at the very end of the climb, it gets really steep. So it was only 74 miles today, 120k. Short race, short intense race, and Yeah, I like Jonas. I sort of like Jonas. He's a talented young man. He's gonna do a lot. He's won 2 Tour de France already. He's gonna win a lot more. And his wife has whispered in his ear, "You should try to win the Giro, the Tour, and the La Volta." La Volta. So that leaves nothing else for, like, what's Primož Roglič there for? He won the Giro. So that means if Jonas comes out next year and he goes for the Giro, so what is Primož supposed to do? He's going to be playing second fiddle for. So Jonas is just going to take it all. But that would be amazing to see one rider to take all of them. But he's got plenty of years ahead, so he's got plenty of time to do that. But let's get right into today's stage 16. Today's 16 left me in my feelings. It really did. And I was just like, what is going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And I'm really rooting for Sepp Kuss because I want to see Sepp Kuss do that thing. Let me see if I could get rid of some of this stuff. Stage 16. What can I bring Sepp Kuss into this? Is he going to drop? If he drops in, and here's Sepp Kuss. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, Sepp. See, the way you just dropped in and you just like covered everybody and everything. That's the way you're supposed to be riding your bike. Cover everybody, cover everything. Let them know why you're wearing the red jersey. You're not wearing the red jersey just because you some fly-by night, You're not. You're a talented young man. And I've said already, if you watch the Tour and you watch the Giro, which in the Tour he guided Jonas Vingegaard, this guy below me right here, he guided this guy to the Tour de France, and he did the same thing for Primož Roglič in the Giro d'Italia. And if you watched, the only people that were stronger than Sepp Kuss was this guy and Primož Roglič. And those two guys, this guy is currently in second, the guy below me is currently in second, and Primož Roglič is currently in third. So Sepp Kuss was, Jonas Vingegaard was about, a minute and a half behind. He's now 26 seconds behind because he attacked like 4 kilometers out and got back like a chunk of time, plus the 10 bonus seconds on the line for finishing the first one, for being the first one across the line. So it just wasn't necessary. I think he could have went with like a kilometer to go or even 500 to go and just won the stage. If that's what he wanted to do, was win the stage. But it doesn't look like he wants to win the stage. It looks like he wants to win everything. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it looks like he just wants to win everything. So let's do this. Let's get rid of Jonas. Love you, Jonas, but we'll bring you back in a minute. So let's look at. I'm just about see that there is there's. Oh man, I'm whirling my mouse, but you can't see it. But if you look to the center of the bottom of the screen, I'm gonna put me right beside. Whoops, wrong thing. Let's put that back. There we go. We're trying to move me. So like right. Let me see if I'm pointing. Okay. Why is my okay? Because it's loading up the picture, so I'm getting a little freezy frame. But I'm gonna go like right here, just right here. If you see, there's a group, right? So I can't zoom in, but there's a group right there, and they're just starting to climb. So things are like, okay, things are about to get saucy, right? And the group is all together. No one's off the front. They're riding together. So just a few more pictures. Let me just move me over here out of that way. So as you can see, as they start to climb, just gonna go picture by picture until it starts to get interesting. Actually, they haven't started the climb. So here is where the climb starts. Here is really, it's really where the climb starts. You still got one Motorola. Why do I keep saying Motorola? That's the second time that I have said Motorola. Movistar. That M is really confusing me. So the guy in the blue is Movistar, and then the first 4 riders after that are Jumbo Visma. And so Sepp Kuss is there, like he's second wheel, where he should be. And as this started to climb, like it's right and proper. But at the same time, he's near the front. which sort of says to me he's like sort of working. Maybe they did decide that Jonas is gonna, take the red jersey by the end of this tour. But if he is, that would be so disappointing because probably nobody's more deserving of Sepp, And you know how they said the thing about nice guys always finish last. If you're too nice, especially in a sport like this, you could forget about it. So if Jonas wants it and he's been talking about it and he's gonna take it, well, that's what it's gonna be. But I'm just like, I don't want to talk too ill of the young man because he's just young. He's just getting into the sport. But I just didn't like what happened because as soon as they hit the climb, as soon as they make the right turn onto the climb, it just gets steep immediately. So as you can see, some separation, and then because it's only like 4.5, like 5K from the finish, the rest of the guys we'll make it within the time limit, so there's no need to go at it. We'll just let the guys that are racing for GC race. So and that's what they do, on with it. So as you can see, the gradient to the right. I want to flip. I can't remember how to do it. It should be here somewhere. Okay, just really quickly zoom. I don't want to zoom. I can't. Oh, mirror. That's what we want to do. There we go. So now when I point at the, so I can, yeah, there we go. So that's what I want to do. So as you can see, all the way to the right, there's a little graph. And it shows you the picture of the climb. As you can see, as soon as you get onto the climb, it starts off pretty tough, and then it just sort of stays steep, then eases off just a little bit, and then goes steep for the rest of the climb. So right here, they're all together. You got two of the Jumbo riders on front, and Sepp is riding the third wheel with a archaic Samsic rider in fourth wheel, and then of course Jumbo is the fifth wheel. So Jumbo is controlling. All right, you know what they do on the climb? They just go to the front and they take control. So just a few fans, I didn't even know I know I took the shot. I took the shot so you can get a better picture of what the gradient looks like. So there's the graph of the gradient of the graph, and you can see what it looks like, or the profile of the climb and how steep it is. So it's a tough climb. It's a tough climb coming in. So as you can see, right here, Jonas is probably, I think he's second or fourth wheel. I'm not quite sure which one is Jonas and which one is Primož Roglič. But in the middle is Sepp Kuss. So it looks like, everybody's holding station. It looks good, no big deal. And we got Jumbo on the front, tapping out the pace, keeping it going. Still on the front. I can't remember his name that's on the front. I should know his name. Shame on me. And then here's a little picture of the back. The guy's falling off because it's getting intense, and we've had our day. As you can see, Jumbo is still on the front with 4.2 kilometers to go, with Bahrain victorious. They are the team that's in the red and light blue, aqua blue in the back, and they are just coming up around the corner, and it's starting to get interesting. So 3 kilometers, 3.9K to go. Jonas puts in the big attack. I mean, he put it in a monster of attack. Only one person from UAE was able to try to follow, and he tried to catch up to him, but he just couldn't catch up to Jonas. Jonas was gone. So, but this is a long way out, and it's just it's got to be where, as Sepp has been told, you need to stand down. You just need to stand down. It's end up. You need to stand down. Jonas is gonna, win today. He's gonna, put some more time in tomorrow, and he's gonna take the red jersey, which I think is probably going to happen. And if that is the case, and that's going to happen, that is sad, because this Sepp works his ass off, man. I don't care what anybody says, and I think this is bollocks, man. That if Jonas is going to win, I mean, I'm not gonna hate on the young man, but he's gonna lose some brownie points for this one. If that's Jumbo's plan for Jonas to win, and not let Sepp to win after all he's done for these guys, and as much as he sacrifices over the last few years, because Sepp could have easily been like a Grand Tour winner riding for someone else, but he dedicated himself to working hard for others. And like, just to see stuff like this is like, yeah, it's not cool. But you know, people say that yeah, if you're in the lines then and you don't fight for your meat, you're not gonna eat. So yeah, you either, you know, go for yours or you starve. So here you see Jonas is he's off the front now. He's like really tapping it out. 3.7 kilometers to go, 3.6k. He's got a bit of a gap between him and the UAE rider. You can see it's probably about, I don't know, 20 to maybe 50 meters gap. And then right behind Jonas is the UAE rider. You can see the group just trying to just let me put this close. You can see the group like just right, you know, just there. And there's the UAE rider, and there's Jonas up front, the little yellow dot just up there. And it's just at this point I'm saying, okay, cool. Jonas is just up front and, you know, just trying to win the stage. I go for. I'm hating on Jonas. It's not a good look on the team and the sponsorship. Man, Brian, I got you. Brian, you want to come up, man? You want to cam up, man? You want to jump on there and just have the conversation? If you want, it's up to you, brother. If you're busy, it's no biggie. But if you do, I just put the link in the just pinned it to the top of the chat. If you want to jump on, man, come cam up and we can talk about this, man. Because I'm in my feelings, man. I'm definitely in my feelings. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying not to be nasty. Trying not to and all of that stuff. But yeah, I just didn't appreciate that move today. I didn't appreciate the end result. I'm all for Jonas winning the stage, but let's sap up the race. So here we see the UAE rider still trying to, you know, catch up to Jonas, but it just wasn't happening. It just was not happening. And Jonas is riding pretty hard. But the funny thing is, like, if you watch Jonas in the Tour, I mean, homie really like just dominated and just put the nail in everybody's coffin. But to me, his facial expressions are more. You can just see him struggling more, and also it just doesn't look as like the strength that he had in the Tour. This is just definitely not the same person. So I think he's obviously trained to compete for the Tour, and like whatever he done to get ready for that is just not carrying over. He's still like the strongest rider. So Jonas rider was let me see. How do I need to so forgive me, I'm just some let me see if I could. Oh man. Trying something here, folks. Sorry, forgive me. Sadat Singh. Jonas was riding for his friends Nathan Van Hoydonk, who had an accident today. I think tomorrow Koos will take control again. Well, I heard about that, and definitely all my go to his family to for Van Hoydonk, because I hear he's in a coma, which is not cool at all. So yeah. I need to figure out how to. Oh my goodness! So I'm forgive me because I'm sort of new to the Ecan. I didn't. I forgive me because I didn't watch I didn't want to see anything after that. Because I heard the commentators, I heard Sean Kelly, I heard Brian and everybody talking about it, and I did not want to go and watch the interview afterwards, because I was a bit feeling a bit of a way about what was going on. That's why I sort of just should have turned the TV off. So maybe I'll watch it tomorrow and just see what he had to say. But I totally get that. I totally get showing respect for a fallen soldier. But at the end of the day, it just like to put that amount of time into to Sepp and everybody else was definitely not needed. He could, yeah. I don't know. I'm just fumbling over my words right now because it just did not sit well with me basically. So I need to figure out how to put these. Is that there we go. So you just drag it onto this. So Brian says I'm hating on you. This is not a good look, and for the team and the sponsors, in my opinion. I mean, like, what do you think about that, Seth? What do you, Sandeep, or Singh? I'm gonna just call you Singh because I can pronounce that probably Singh. So what do you think about what Brian just said? Like, not the part about hating on Jonas, because everybody, we all in our feelings about that, but it's not a good look for the team and the sponsors, in my opinion. I mean, this is a great team. This is by far the best team ever put together. I mean, because when Hinault and Le Mans was together, that was an amazing team. Like, they had two amazing riders, but then all the other teams and all the other trios were dope infested. So you can't even count some of the the Gavis Ballon and teams like that. And yeah, we. So, but this is by far the strongest team ever put together, and just to see that, it's just weird. It's just weird, and I sort of have to agree with Brian about that. This is not a good look for the team and the sponsors. What do you think? Type in the chat if you think that's right. Okay, let's I'm gonna go back to. So this is what. Says I think it isn't. I think they still need a new sponsor. So it says with Kus as a sponsor from the USA. With Kus, a sponsor from the USA would definitely be a good thing. And you know how Americans are. They love to get behind something. And just imagine if Seth does win, the American sponsors will jump on immediately. Oh, I didn't know that. So let me just put this up. I just got that information from Singh. So thank you for that. So Jumbo is leaving as a sponsor next year. Wow. And Jumbo Visma has been around for a long time. I need to just go in and have a look and see how long they've been around. But they've been around for quite some time. So to hear that they're leaving that's pretty amazing. I'm really surprised at that. So I guess we'll hear about it, who they're going to be picking up in the long term coming shortly. So let me just run through this really quick. Singh, thank you for that information, Singh. Where were we? We gotta find. I got so many of these. So as you can see, Jonas is. So this is Roglic. This is at where we at? Just 800 meters to go, like a kilometer out. Roglic attacks. He's going for it. Sap is Sap Kus looks like he's struggling a bit. It's a new role for him. And then I'm also thinking, if you watched in the Tour and you watched in the Giro, Sap was strong right up until the end. And then at the end, he just wasn't at the front for as long as required. And I think that's only normal because he's putting out so much to be where he's at. So he's sort of where it's done. And it looks a little bit like that's happening. Like his body's just going through that automatic phase of where, okay, my work is done. I got my boys to so far at such and such a point on the climb or such and such a stage. And I can just sort of just ride enough. But if you see in the Tour, he was riding hard enough to try to stay in contention, to try to stay in the top 10. So that leads me to think that if Sap's riding that hard to be in the top 10 for the Tour, that he does have a long-term objective. And so people were saying maybe he should go and ride for his own team. And I'm like, I don't know, because I feel like he has a cushy deal at Jumbo, riding for these guys. And he is, I'm just taking a wild guess. I'm just putting it out there. I could be wrong, but I think Sap is probably the highest paid domestique probably ever. Because the job that he does is pretty amazing. So for him to leave the security of that to go and try to win on his own, it's going to be something. So, and that's going to mean he's going to have to surround himself with quality riders. So they're going to go out and find quality riders to surround him. And you got Jonas, you got Primoz, and then you got Pogacar, and then you got the other guy. So yeah, to find that mix of guys that's going to support Sepp, it's possible, but I would have to dig deep and find out who, who these guys will be, who he could get to support it. So as you can see, this is at the 1K banner up there, and Primoz has just took off, and the group, and Sepp is sort of just not really riding yet, so he sort of just hung back. And here's Primoz. Sepp Kuss is not in the picture, at all. But as you can see, here comes Jonas across the line. He's about to cross the line, and then he's gonna give his he's gonna show his respects to Van Hooydonk. And like I said, I'm definitely definitely understand that bit, showing the respect for Van Hooydonk. And here's Jonas Vingegaard crossing the line, and he didn't really celebrate until after he got to the line. So he was pushing all the way for time. So anybody that was like, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. If he was there to show respect for Van Hooydonk, back the corner there where they go back 100 meters, he would have started like showing respect like other riders have done, like when they say what's up or show what's going on, like they want to show respect to somebody, their wife, their baby or something. They have enough time, they start celebrating early. Well, not celebrating, or showing appreciating early. He didn't do anything until he crossed the line, so all of that was on his mind was, I'm getting time. So, and here comes the second place UAE rider, sorry. And then as you can see, just like in the distance, someone from Movistar, and then someone from Bahrain Victorious, which I believe you end up getting 4th place. And then, as you can see right here, Roglic is coming across the line with this little group of 3 riders, and just in the distance is Sepp Kuss. So he lost some time to Roglic as well. So Roglic got back a few seconds on Sepp Kuss as well. So there comes Sepp Kuss across the line, and then just a little look at the standing. So on the day, who finished where? So this is how they finished at the end of the day. So it's F. Fisher, black, and he's Australian. So apologies for not calling out the names. And then there are Walpole's in 3rd place. Store, Michael Store, I believe that is. And UCO, then Maas, Enric Maas, Vlasov, Roglic, Lenda, and then Kuss in 10th place, a minute and 5 behind. He's still in the red jersey. And didn't know Remco is not in the picture. I just didn't see Remco anywhere on the climb today. Remco must be like, I'm done with this. So, but then, so as you can see, Vingegaard is 29 seconds adrift of Kuss. Roglic got about 5 to 10 seconds maybe. And that's what happened today. So remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, please, if you haven't. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm about to be out, but if you missed it in the beginning, so this was Vingegaard dedicated this race to. Who is it? Let's put that up there. Can I make that bigger? Yeah, you can't. Because if I make it bigger, then I'm trying to get it off of the writing. Here we go. Make them small. So if Kuss improves his time trial skills, that's a good point. So let me put this up on the screen real quick. So a comment is made here. Said if Kuss improves his time trial skills, he'll definitely be up there. If he should go anywhere else, it should be Ineos. That's the only other team. That's the only other real professional team. That's a really good point. And Ineos needs somebody because it may be another year before Bernal is really back to who Bernal needs to be. So that might be a really good option, really good team, really good budget, and those guys really support their riders. And I only think that Sepp isn't really focused on his time trial skills is because he never had to. When he said in the interview when he started last, it's the first time he did a time trial and no one has come past him because he doesn't have to time trial. So I think next season we will see Sepp Kuss step up his time trial. His time trial will be he will be I think we'll see something from Sepp Kuss in the time trial. So let's close up that. And I thank Mr. Singh for his information. Definitely, my brother. Definitely. I really appreciate that. And you just sort of like just adding to what stuff I had in my head anyway, but you on the moment sometimes your head just goes blank. So as far as I'm concerned, this is my guy right here at the moment. Sepp Kuss, this is my guy. And he can do no wrong. So I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed. Sepp's going to take care of the business. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Just please hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. And why do I need you to do that? Because my whole goal is to start an international youth cycling academy so that I can bring more young people through to the sport and hopefully get them to like the top level of the sport, because as we know, this sport is ridiculously expensive, unnecessarily expensive. You know, the industry is just, you know, they're just money grabbing as far as I'm concerned, and I really would like to help. There are a lot of youngsters like from coming from the different countries in Africa, from the Caribbean, parts of Europe, you know, here in the UK. And I really would like to give them the opportunity to ride and really, you know, have a good go at the sport without the worries of what they need to survive in the sport. And also, when I was racing, it was hard, man. I had to say, okay, I'm going to go to this race. No, I can't go to that race because the money won't go that far. I got enough money for this entry fee. That hotel's too much. The car rental has taken that money. And then if I did get any money in any races, any money that I did win in any races, when, you know, basically if I spent, say, $1,000 to get there, big race, maybe 200,000 prize money or something, you get up in the money, you win $800 dollars or pounds or something, and it just goes right, you know, you just pretty much replacing the money that you spent, so you never really make any money. So my whole goal is to those youngsters that have the talent, that have the ability, they can get an opportunity and a chance to you know, really try to get to that place that everybody's trying to get to. Just let them have the best opportunity possible, like the most genuine opportunity possible. And I can do that if I can get this channel up to the amount of subscribers. I get the watch hours YouTube page really well, and that's my whole goal. To any money I get from this channel will go to my International Youth Cycling Academy. So what I'm going to do is next year I will be in Europe, and all of these guys that I'm bringing on the screen and talking to, I will be in their faces talking to them live, so which is also going to drive more subscribers, because people like to see what's going on, and they like to see, you know, I'm going to use my uniqueness you know, it's just someone different out there, just doing something different, and just bringing attention to the sport, and like, just like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And it's a far-fetched dream, but I will do it, and I will get there. And I just want to thank everybody who is hit the like button, who subscribed to the channel. Really appreciate you. I'm going to sign off now because I've been talking for a while. Sepp Kuss is going to win this. He's going to win. He's going to win. He's going to win. And if he doesn't, I'm going to go and sit in a corner and cry by myself. So anyway, peace out, people. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see what happens on tomorrow's stage. It's supposed to be another banger of a stage, and I'm gonna, yeah, it's after 9 o'clock, man. It's coming on 9:20 here, past my bedtime. So I gotta get up and do my strength training, so I need to get to bed. But like I said, anybody who hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and tune in the same time next time tomorrow, and I'm gonna do a recap of tomorrow's race and see what happened. And hopefully, I have a better story of Sepp Kuss tomorrow, and of Jumbo Visma and Jonas and stuff and everything. So and Roglic and stuff. They're gonna do 1, 2, 3 anyway. But Sepp Kuss is still my man. Alrighty? So remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tune in tomorrow, and we'll go over stage 17. Fingers crossed for Sepp. Fingers crossed for Sepp for stage 17 tomorrow. And yeah, we'll do it all again tomorrow. Stop that. Seven Year Legs Media, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff.